Today's story is coming from Karnataka and it's becoming a huge political slugfest. You know, it cost BJP dearly during the elections the charge of 40% Sarkara, which actually has its genesis in a contractor called Santosh Patil, who in 2022 alleged that the then Rural Development Minister K. Shiva had harassed him for commissions to clear the bills for contracts that Santosh had implemented for the government in the previous year, that is 2021. Santosh Patil had also written letters to Prime Minister Modi and also other union ministers and had said very clearly in that letter, I am in great tension and I have huge pressure from creditors who have given me finance on interest. If the payment and work order is not given immediately, then I do not have any options for myself. Now, the contractor who claimed that he had been harassed for paybacks to build roads and had suffered huge losses, he also forewarned that Ishwarappa should be held responsible if something were to happen to him. Santosh's warning unfortunately came true when he was found dead under mysterious circumstances in a hotel in Udupi. Today, his family met with Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and said that they should do something quickly to kind of alleviate their pain. What you are seeing on the screen right now is Pay CM. Now, the Congress went to town during the run up to elections and launched this particular campaign, Pay CM, alleging how the then BJP government is corrupt, of course, Bommai also, and can be bought so easily for 40% commission. What has happened today is that history has repeated itself as it usually does. Now, yet again the ghost of commission is back, and this time to haunt the ruling Congress government in Karnataka. In the first week of August, about 500 Palike contractors wrote to President Draupadi Murmu seeking her permission for euthanasia, and that's very, very serious. The reason was the delay on the part of BBMP in making part payment of rupees 675 crores of the whopping 2,700 crores towards clearing bills. KT Manjunath, who happens to be president of BBMP Contractors Association, had said very clearly on 8th of August, for 2023-24, the Palike collected around 2,000 crores as tax. We request the Chief Commissioner to inform us about the reason for Palike not clearing the bills for works done by contractors for about 26 months. On the same day, the contractors held a press conference and announced their decision to stop all work, but actually they did not really name anybody for the delay in the release of the bills. But then the point is that the tempers were running very high. It angered a particular contractor called Hemant so much, and he made serious allegations against Deputy Chief Minister DK Shiva, but he did not name him. You know what Hemant said? He said, their children are opening malls. You don't think that our children live? Why are you afraid of making a statement against them? Let him come and promise in Ajayappa temple that he has not demanded money to clear our bills. This was seen very clearly by everybody to be targeting DK Shiva. Then came a clear-cut allegations against DK's, how he was allegedly demanding 10 to 15% commission to clear pending bills. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, what the Congress actually accused the BJP government of, it has come back to haunt them. Now, DKS is not somebody we all know to keep quiet, and he retorted quickly. I know who's behind sending the contractors to Delhi and making them address the media, but we, he meant the Congress government, are committed to giving justice to those contractors who have taken up the works and completed them honestly, he was telling reporters, adding that an inquiry has been ordered to look into the issue. Let them, meaning the contractors, prove the work they have done. Those who have done the work honestly, the government will ensure justice to them. So, this is what DK Shiva said. Meanwhile, the Congress government has constituted 4 teams to look into the BBMP works taken in the city over the last 4 years. The contractors also approached ex-Chief Minister B.S. Yedurappa to help them tide over the crisis and even held a press conference today. Now, it is becoming more than apparent that this is a complete political slugfest between the Congress and the BJP. When ex-Chief Minister Basavaraj Bommai had commented that the contractors have approached Rahul Gandhi to intervene and solve the delayed payment problem, Chief Minister Siddaramaiah took to Twitter and said, here is what he had said, and I will read it out to you on the screen right now as to what Siddaramaiah said. He was very, very cutting. He was very, very sarcastic. And he said that if you want something to the effect that if you want Rahul Gandhi to intervene, we shall see to it that the problems of the contractors are solved sooner rather than later. He also, of course, commented on what ex-Revenue Minister R. Ashoka had said. Let me ask you, sir, and then perhaps you can take the floor. I want to ask you that, you know, this whole 40% Sarkara, the very, very unfortunate death by suicide of Santosh Patil. I mean, today also their family, you know, had met with Chief Minister, Mr. Siddaramaiah, for them to get justice. We all went through that. We did a lot of stories. We, you know, we saw how the wife was coping, everything else. I mean, what has the BJP got a bee in its bonnet suddenly saying, oh, contractors, we should pay them, etc., etc. I want to ask you, if there is corruption now during the Congress dispensation, was there also corruption during your dispensation, Mr. Sanket?
See, if there was corruption, if there was an allegation, or if there was a complaint that was filed during the BJP government's time, let them allegate it. They are in the government now. The Congress is in power now. Let them investigate it thoroughly. Let it investigated through a high court, retired high court justice, or through Lokayukta. So we are open. So the BJP stand is very clear. Whoever is involved in corruption, they must be punished. That is the very clear stand of the Bharatiya Janata Party. But if you see Mr. DK Shiva, who is definitely famous for these kind of allegations, all those things, his modus operandi is very clear. Because if you go another decade back, when the Congress was in power, they sanctioned the NH 209, the Kanakpura to the Dindigul highway. If you see that contractor also, Mr. DK Shiva threatened and pressurized him very much, so that all those raw materials and the subwork should be given to his followers. So that intent and went him to cause of the suicide by the contractor. So till date, the NH 209 has been not taken up. Still, it is in pending because due to the DK Shiva. So
Mr.
this is again repeated by DK Shiva
Mr.
in this
Sanket, I am
2023.
asking you, you have not answered. I said, if there is corruption now, you say DK Shiva is infamous, according to you, allegedly for these corruption charges, sir. So if there is corruption now, are you in a way accepting that there was corruption even during BJP's time? You remember the 40% commission allegation, and also the unfortunate death of young Santosh Patil and the subsequent resignation of Mr. Ishwarappa. So there was, because they were going blue in the face saying, oh, notice has been sent, we don't expect who's written this notice. So there was no corruption during that time. Sir, suddenly there is corruption, huh?
Let me be very clear on that point. If there was corruption, I totally disagree that there was no corruption in BJP's tenure. If there was any corruption, the Congress is in power. Let them investigate it thoroughly. Let them come to a conclusion,
Sir,
because
what is
the
this, sir?
40%
Why
and
should
the
they
BCM
investigate?
both
I am
were
saying
baseless
your,
allegation.
no, you lost the election, sir.
Be
One of the
given a single
planks
page
of losing
document.
elections was corruption, Mr. Sanket. You have to look back. And also, why did Mr. Ishwarappa resign? Such a tall leader, someone who started his career with Yadurappa ji, he resigned. So it's very clear that, you know, you took that corruption charge very, very seriously. Nizam Faujdar, you know, in this entire whatever is going on, what I really is that there is arrogance, there is hubris in the way Mr. DK Shiva is saying, go whoever you want to go to, I will only pay bills which are actually ratified and validated, I am not going to pay bills which are not ratified. What is with that attitude? What is it? And then he's, you know, there are charges against him. Instead of standing there and said, okay, prove it, he's just kind of, you know, retorting like a very, very immature politician, sir.
Sudha, I hope you're doing well.
Thank you, Nizam. Yes.
You didn't ask me how you're doing. I would extend my gratitude to you. You know, the whole election in the last 4 or 5 years, the way the government was run, from 2,25,000 crores of debt to about 5.5 lakh crores of debt, which is about 3 lakhs. It means 1 lakh of crores every year. These things have caused a lot of turmoil within the ecosystem of the finances within the government. Now, when there is an allegation saying that the payment of the bills have not been done for the last 26 months, who was in power in the last 26 months? We have just come in now, 2.5 months. Now it's 90 days, nearly 90 days. The question of the whole, this allegation is that, now these people have taken those commissions from the, the, the so-called people that they are pressurizing.
Right.
Now, why is BJP so hell-bent that the payment needs to be done now? It's a dialogue between the government. It's a dialogue between the government and the contractors. If the dialogue is between the two parties, where is the BJP trying to come in and push itself?
It's
My
called
question
politics.
number one. Mr. Ashoka says, from 40% it has come down to 15%.
Right.
What an amazing way to confess that the BJP government in Karnataka was taking nearly 40%, and he has proved it right. Now they have taken that 40%, and they need to do justice to those contractors who have paid. Now we are not saying we will not pay. We are saying we will make the payments appropriately post a small revalidation and validation of the process. If that is causing a little delay, we regret that delay. We regret that little inconvenience it
Okay.
is causing.
All right.
But at the end of the day, my question to the BJP friends is, they are saying DK Shiv Kumar was involved in one of the cases that he was referring to. In the last 3.5 years, what were they doing? Why didn't they investigate? Why didn't they even talk about
So,
it?
you
Why
know,
didn't they even do
this
an
is
inquiry?
exactly.
Today they come in front of your channel.
So,
they
yeah.
come in front of
No.
you and
This
say
is
that,
no.
this is
So see,
infamous.
how are you
These
different, Nizam Faujdar? Sanket said the same thing. You are saying the same thing. Where are the contractors?
No.
And therefore, let me bring Mr. Kempanna, who is president of Karnataka State Contractors Association. Mr. Kempanna, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. Mr. Kempanna, in this whole political slugfest, 40% Sarkara, 10% all this. The thing is that what do you want now? You have stopped work. What do you expect? Do you think you will get any kind of a solution out of this?
Our request is only to get the payments because we have completed the work. And from last 3 years we are fighting for that also. And of course earlier we made as a 40% corruption is there in this one, Karnataka, regarding the public works and other things. And that was the matter. And we have requested then government also to appoint a committee, High Court or Supreme Court retired judges, and we are going to submit all the documents and all. That was. Now, after changing of the government, we want payment has not given from last 5 months. We are requesting him to release the payment because contractors, they have lost banks, their MD, their and OD and all, they are withdrawn, and even machineries impounded by the authority. And
Right.
a lot of
Kempanna sir,
people.
Kempanna sir, one of the contractors called Hemant, he made an allegation against DK Shiva Kumar that he is also, looking for money for allegedly, So, I mean, is that what the contractors are thinking, that even the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka is wanting money in order for him to release payment which is pending of the contractors, sir?
It is absolutely false because yesterday I spoken to that contractor, and he is, because of his tension, there he has family problems and all other things. He has uttered the words, but I am going to withdraw and all, he was telling. And as far as my knowledge is concerned, no contractor has given any complaints about the corruption and all. If anybody is given the corruption, this one we are ready to fight for that also. Either a Congress is there, a BJP is there, a JDS is there. Whoever made a allegation. We are ready to fight for that.
Mr. Kempanna, I will request you to please stay, sir. Thank you so much for joining us, because I am going to also focus on the kind of problems that the contractors are facing. Sandeep, do come in here, and I have a question. You represent the common people, as it were. You represent all the Bangaloreans, you know. I mean, you don't belong to a political party. The thing is, in all this slugfest, what happens to all the unfinished work which is going on, and how do the contractors, in a way, because you know, you and I were talking that after all the contractors must be working on a cyclical payment thing, no? That 3 months here, then you take up the new work, wait for the previous payment when that comes, and in the meanwhile they are paying out of their pockets. It seems to be a very, very sad situation for the contractors. Sandeep Aniruddhan.
Hello Sudha, thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Sudha, the primary concern I have right now, this government suddenly stopping all payments is affecting one crucial part, that is maintenance. Right now, the monthly budgets for maintenance are also not available. If there is a pothole in the road, if we call up the engineer today, he says we don't have funds now, there are no funds coming, we can't even fix potholes. Now this is dangerous. We don't mind the large projects, new projects and everything else being held up. But the government should at least think about what is essential. Let them at least make an alternative for funds being made available for maintenance, road fixing, pothole fixing, or any other such minor things which need day-to-day fixing. Those should not be held up. And then I'll come to the issue you were referring to. Yeah, see, we know most BBMP contractors who work in our ward. They say that typically their payments are pending for 2, 3, sometimes 4 years.
My
So
God.
what they tend to do is they work in cycles. So while they are waiting for payments, they take up new projects. Slowly payments from the old projects come, then they execute new projects. The dilemma is this: I think they are like caught in a vicious cycle. They can't get out of it.
Right.
Well, let's take it as a fact that it's given that corruption exists, because by some estimates in Bengaluru, the political economy is larger than the actual real economy. What it means is there are these huge amounts of money being swindled out of public involving politicians, brokers, middlemen, and
Right,
contractors,
right,
consultants.
Yeah.
This is a vicious cycle, which is why in Bengaluru there's no planning.